Department. Republican Kevin Brady, senior member of the House Ways and Means Committee, joins us now. Congressman, welcome. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Hey, good morning, Martha. Thanks.
So, how could that happen? I mean, under what rule could you possibly arrest Lois Lerner at this point?
I'll tell you, Martha, that is news to me. What we know at this point in our ongoing investigation, because we're not all the way to the truth of this whole corruption issue at the IRS, but there's already clear and compelling evidence that Lois Lerner, at the bidding of outside political groups, abused her power to violate the civil rights of taxpayers, to mislead Treasury investigators, and she risked putting out private taxpayer information. We've referred now this to the Attorney General to prosecute criminally Ms. Lerner for these violations of law.
All right, so you have suggested very strongly to the Justice Department that they pursue criminal charges, but you know what the response was to that? It's never going to happen. We've seen so far that they think this is a non-issue. The president has said there's not a smidgen of corruption.
We'll see. I think when you look at this evidence, I don't think you can deny it, and really raises a key question in a bigger issue, which is Eric Holder, is he willing to defend the civil rights of all Americans or just those he favors? And I think for the long term, Americans, whether you're conservative, liberal, libertarian, it doesn't matter. When you've got a government trying to silence your voices simply because you disagree with this government, it's a pretty chilling effect. So we're going to keep the pressure on to hold the IRS accountable.
Well, I mean, you say that the arrest issue is not on the table for you right now, even though some claim that there is, a clause, there is a way, if you wanted to do that, that you could.
Martha, I'm not familiar with that provision of the law. What we're doing in this congressional referral is following the law as best we know, in a very thorough and deliberate way. And I'll tell you, throughout this investigation, 600,000 documents, and we've not finished this. We've given full and complete access to Democrats on this issue. I think they know full well that there's something rotten at the IRS, and the sooner we drain the swamp over there, the better.
All right, so it's, obviously very tough language coming from your committee, a criminal investigation, and also from the Oversight Committee. We're watching the live coverage of that on the left-hand side of your screen. Is this in any way designed to put pressure on her, to put pressure on her attorney to say, look, let's enter into some kind of deal where you will be immune, but you will tell them everything you know?
Well, the immunity issue has been raised quietly throughout the 9 to 10 months of our investigation. I don't know where Ms. Lerner's legal counsel is at this point. We want to get to the truth of this. We definitely want to hold people accountable who violated these laws. I mean, and maybe more importantly, we just want to make sure this never happens again. So I think that's just part of the overall discussion, but we are far from done with this investigation.
Does it surprise you when you look back at the president's initial statements about all of this? He said, look, no matter where the fault lies in this IRS situation, because the IRS is the IRS, they take taxes from every American citizen, they must be beyond reproach, and we have to get to the bottom of it and figure out who did this. Then, a few months later, he basically, says, look, it's been looked into. There's absolutely not a smidgen of corruption in this case.
The president, Martha, as you know, didn't mean it, and neither did congressional Democrats, who also said they wanted to get to the bottom of this is outrageous. Some called for the resignation of Lois Lerner. Now they're defending her fully, and now we're learning that members of Congress, like in the Senate, pushed and prodded and pressured the IRS to target conservative organizations like True the Vote in my region, again, to try to stop them from being involved in the process ahead of these elections. And so, again, another reason we need to drain the swamp over there.
Yeah, a lot of questions for Congressman Cummings on that front. Thank you so much, Representative Brady. Good to talk to you as always.
Thank you, Martha.